April 15, it's the deadline for the filing of income tax returns. Failure to do so will mean penalties and sanctions. Joining us tonight live on NewsLife is BIR Deputy Commissioner Estela Sales. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Ma'am, briefly, who are required to file their taxes?
Well, individuals who are engaged in trade, business, or profession, and corporations, of course, and other juridical persons like associations and partnerships.
Are there those who are exempted from filing their taxes?
Yes, there are, but there's a long
list.
Yes, and of course, the exemption should be very clear.
Ma'am, what are the penalties for those who don't file their taxes?
You mean their returns, their income tax returns,
income tax returns,
and
yes.
of course, pay the taxes. Well, there are criminal sanctions. Of course, there are also civil penalties, but we would like to emphasize that failure to file your income tax returns or supply the correct information are criminal offenses punishable by 2 to 4 years or 1 to 10 years.
Ma'am, how is the collection so far, and how many % of the total tax collections efforts is the income tax returns?
I couldn't say the exact percentage, but basically it's the income and the VAT. It's the biggest chunk of the collection.
Ma'am, have there been instances in the past or that those who didn't file their taxes were actually convicted?
We already have one conviction with affirmed by the Supreme Court. We also have several convictions in the Court of Tax Appeals, but they're still appealed unbanked. So, and we continuously file every other Thursday under the Run After Tax Evaders program, those who did not file or who underdeclared their income.
Ma'am, what exactly is the penalty or sanctions given to those who don't file their income tax returns?
For those who do not file, it's 1 to 10 years or a fine of 50 to 100,000 pesos.
That's a very big amount.
Yes, that's why we're giving a fair warning that it's really a criminal act. So the public should be aware of this. And there are a lot of cases that we filed already under the Run After Tax Evaders program for non-filers.
Ma'am, right now there's a proposal in Congress to increase tax exemptions from 50 to 70,000 pesos. Will you support this since it will mean, again, a reduction in collections?
Well, we are from the Bureau of Internal Revenue. So when you say there is a reduction in the collection, it's not good for us because we are mandated to really collect. And I think it's not yet the opportune time. You've heard the commissioner in the interview that it's not the right time to have a reduction in the taxes because we still need funds to finance our projects, the government's projects and other programs.
Ma'am, has the collection efforts by the BIR improved, and do we have less tax evaders right now?
Well, as to the collection effort, it has increased. It has been reported to have increased, and well, since we have increased collections also, then we believe that more and more people are becoming compliant. But of course, we hope that everyone will comply.
And finally, ma'am, for those who will be filing their income tax returns for the first time, where can they go to get more information so they can actually file their income taxes correctly?
They can go to district offices. We have several district offices in everywhere, nationwide. In fact, we have 119 districts all over the Philippines. So where their address is, where their business address is, where they are employed or where they exercise their profession, they could go to the Revenue District Office.
Ma'am, and a final word, your advice to our people? Right now, we have the April 15 deadline coming up.
Yes, please. Actually, today we already started accepting payment. Early on, we already went around during the kick-off programs of the different regions to file and pay their taxes early. Please don't wait for the deadline. because medyo mahirap na ho. So the earlier the better po, so that hindi tayo mahirapan pareho. At saka, yun na nga, the battle cry of BIR is of the Philippines. I pay my taxes correctly. We need, the government needs your taxes.
Okay, on that note, thank you very much for joining us tonight on News Live. That was BIR Deputy Commissioner Estela Sales. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much.